Hello, my name is Nika Ardila. So in this occasion, I'm going to tell you about the job that requires you to speak English or the job that utilizes English. I think the job that requires you to communicate in English or to be able to use the English word or the English language blah, blah, English language properly is is being a tour guide. Yes. When you when you be a tour guide and when you are a tour guide means like you have to be able to speak. You have to be able to communicate with the visitors, with the tourists to explain about things that you want to explain. Okay, before we jump to that, I'm going to try to describe what is a tour guide. So a tour guide is a guy or perhaps a person who work in a tourism. It can be a natural tourism or natural tourism, or it can be just an amusement park. He can be everywhere when it's come about tourism and when it comes about dealing with a visitor. So a tour guide has this kind of job to assist people or to provide you some information about the place that you are visiting. I think that's the job of being a tour guide. Yes. And anyway, being a tour guide means that you have to be able to speak in English. You have to be able to communicate in English. Why? Because mostly when you become a tour guide means like you have to deal with a lot of foreigners. And by mastering English, it is you to treat them. You know how to communicate with them without getting this kind of burden that you have to master each languages of each visitors that comes to your tourism, right? Like for example, um, we have a lot of foreign visitors actually. We have a lot of foreigners who come to Bali. And for example, I am a tour guide in Bali. And I have to handle or I have to deal with a lot of visitors that come from a different country. Could you imagine if I have to master or I have to be able to speak, to communicate based on what language they speak? It's gonna be really hard for me. It's really hard for me to learn English. What's more, if I have to learn more than one language. Yes, it's gonna be really hard.